it's Sonia here to do a little live. Wait a minute, let me just fix the lighting. I hope you guys are all doing well tonight. I got there's it's always a bit of a work in progress. It's like I always forget something, so I forgot to mute that. Let me just fix the lighting. No, is that better? Anyhow, yeah, so I decided to do this live. I want to talk about, hi, Uncool, nice to see you. I decided I'm going to just talk to you guys about how I make ends meet without having a 9 to 5. Hi, Angie. I have not had a 9 to 5 in like almost 19 years. It's been a long time. Hi, Holly. I actually recorded this a couple of times, and in the end, I was just like, no, I'm just going to do it live. You guys saw my video about my first day as a real girl. You know that I have a lot of stuff to do in the day. So I just figured, let's just do it live, and I get to talk to you guys at the same time. So that's cool. Confess my sins. Hi, Bee Eater. I will confess my sins. Nothing too incriminating, though. Hi, Bella. How are you? It's nice to see you guys here. Let's see. Wow, it's 10 o'clock. So I want to talk to you about this because I do not have a 9 to 5 job. I have not had one in almost 20 years. Basically, there's a few reasons for that. One is that I don't enjoy having to report to work somewhere at an office or a store or like whatever, a hospital. I used to work as a secretary and stuff. I mean, it's not that I didn't like being a secretary, but I prefer to have a job that has more flexibility. And especially in the last years, raising my son who has ASD, as you know, I really needed that flexibility. A lot of people who have children on the autism spectrum end up unemployed because it's very hard to keep a job. So I've been very lucky with my situation. I've been able to make it work. So first of all, it's not that I don't have a job. I think a lot of you guys know that I'm a caregiver. I used to be kind of really like quiet about what I exactly do because I don't know, I guess I just thought people might judge me or they might judge my partner. But basically, I'm in a partner caregiver situation, which means my partner's disabled, I'm his able-bodied partner, and I actually get paid a bit to take care of him because he needs a caregiver anyway, and it could be anybody, but he was having really bad experiences recruiting strangers. I mean, mostly they were being recruited through the clinic. When I met him, it was actually really bad. And he used to be in the hospital like 6 to 9 months out of the year, every single year. So he was having a lot of problems, not only on the physical side, but the psychological side of like the treatment he was getting. So when I met him, before we were even like seriously, hi, Vicky, good to see you. So before we were even like in any kind of serious relationship of any kind, I started taking care of him. I just sort of did it naturally. And the clinic that deals with him just trained me sort of on the job training. Because I mean, how could I not do it? Hi, Armor of God. You know, he needed it. And there was just nobody doing it. Like once a week he'd go to the clinic and they'd do his bandages, but there was nobody taking care of him at home and he needed so much help. So anyway, it turned out that he could hire whoever he wanted, so he hired me. So that's how that all started. And you guys know we do have a child together. So how that happened, that's like a whole other video, but how that happened was I just said to him, listen, I'm in my mid-30s, I want to have a child, I want you to be the baby daddy, and let's just do it. And he was like, don't you think we should get to know each other a bit better first? And I was like, no, I know I want it to be you. And I was right about that. Aaron and I get along super well, and I just knew that I would never get sick of him. There was just something special about him. So that's what we did. We went and we got ourselves a baby made in a fertility clinic, in case you're wondering. We did need some help. So we have this like great sort of arrangement where like he gave me a baby and I take care of him and we have each other's backs, you know. So there's a lot of commitment between him and me. So I'm committed to being his caregiver and I have a lot of loyalty to him. So I've been doing that for like almost 19 years, like 18 and a half years. And I think people have asked me sometimes, like, why don't you just get somebody else to do it and go do something else. Well, first of all, I take really good care of him. He has not been in the hospital once in 18 years. Like the entire time I've known him, he's never been in the hospital, whereas before he was in and out all the time. So I love him and I care about him and I'm doing a good job. So why would I stop? And, you know, it's not so easy to just hire other people. But there's another reason is that it actually works really well for me because I really like caregiving. It works totally fine for me. I do a bit of combo of like personal care and also cleaning. And I love the fact that I don't have like a boss. I'm not in an office. I'm just in a private setting. I can listen to crime shows or whatever or movies while I do the stuff, you know. Um, so it's very chill. And honestly, if I wasn't taking care of him, I'm sure I'd be taking care of someone else. And I have taken care of other people, and including my own mother. That's the other thing as far as caregiving goes. My mom, we were having to hire a lot of girls to help because the place she was in, they weren't they don't they provide services, but like you have to really pay a ton. So naturally, I started taking care of all kinds of stuff. I mean, I'd been doing that since the beginning when she got sick. And I was also doing her hair, which I love. And she was letting me do all kinds of hairstyles. And I also did her foot care because I'm very experienced with foot care. So it was just sort of natural. So in the end, it was just like, why hire someone else when you can do the foot care and the hair care and some extra things? So it's not like I'm officially paid, but it's sort of like a gift that she wanted to give me. And so we just sort of continued that after a while. You know, in the beginning, I was just sort of doing it. And then after a while, it was like, well, you know, it just works better for the entire family for me to just do it. And so she wanted to give me a little bit of something for it. So then that's how that works out. There is a lot of caregiving work out there. Hi, Alexander. And hi, Heike. And hi, Wise Guy. So nice to see you guys. There is a ton of caregiving work out there. If I wanted to make more money, I could just get hours. Like right now, people are so desperate for caregivers. I could just put my credentials in a forum and probably like find clients like really easily. It pays pretty well when you do it privately. And so like I could make a bunch of money doing that. However, and I love doing it, you know, so there's a part of me that wants to do it. But because of the situation with my son, and especially when he was younger, I couldn't make a commitment because I never knew what was coming. Because the school would call me and say, pick him up, or I couldn't get him over to school, or there was something going on, or there was behavioral issues at home, and I just couldn't leave. I had to be here. So it wasn't a normal situation where you just drop your kid off, you get on with your day, you do your work, and you pick him up at the end of the day. I never knew what was coming. What's the hourly pay range for caregivers? I think on the lowest end, depending where the pay's coming from, it's like 15. Average is about 19 or 20. On the higher end, privately, depending who your client is, it could be $30 an hour. And I could get work $30 an hour because I have like 18 plus years experience, including like all kinds of stuff. So with all kinds of different problems, paralysis, TBI, also Alzheimer's, my mother, also autism. So it's not like I couldn't find more work. And I would probably like, yeah, I could make a lot more money doing that than what I do now. But what I'm doing works for me. So the issue was the commitment, which is really difficult when you have a child on the autism spectrum. Like I said before, a lot of times people end up unemployed because they just can't make it work. I was extremely lucky that I was taking care of my son's father, so he was very flexible about the hours, about what I would do. So if you guys want to know a little bit more about partner caregiver situations, there's some YouTube channels now that vlog about it. They have different situations in us, but the principle is the same. Like you might have seen Sabia and Lauren. Obviously, his injuries are much more catastrophic, but that's basically the idea. Or like Squirmy and Grubs, again, more serious, but same idea. I think she's his caregiver. I'm not 100% sure. Or Cole and Charisma. That's a really good example. This is pretty similar to our situation. So she's his caregiver. They're also married and they live in the same house. We don't live in the same house, but that's basically it. Like you're taking care of your loved one and you get some pay for it. So the pay that I get for that, however, it's part-time. So it worked very well for me in terms of I really like doing it. I would take care of people all day. It's totally cool. It's chill. Um, and it's very flexible. Like I just go down and get them set up for the day and help them out with some stuff, do some cleaning, and then come back in the evening and check if he needs anything else and set him up for bed and that kind of thing. Um, but it's only part-time hours. So I do some extra stuff. Now, you guys know, obviously, I'm on YouTube. I've been on YouTube for a really long time, like more than 12 or 13 years. In the beginning, when I started on YouTube, I wasn't making any money at all. I wasn't even monetized. I was just doing it because I really needed a creative outlet. So then I did get partnered. I was monetized. I mean, I still am on this channel. And at one point, YouTube was a very easy place for me to make some extra cash. Back in the day, you guys know how it was. And they were looking for Canadian partners, and it was pretty easy for people to find me. So I'll tell you, like back in 2013, at one point I was making like $2,000 a month on YouTube. So that was like the most money I've ever made in my life. It was just like, holy cow, cash flow, you know? Um, so that went down like by around 2016, 2017. I was still making about $900 a month, maybe on average. After that, it started to really tank, like post adpocalypse and also post me getting on YouTube's bad side, apparently. It went really low, went as low as like $50 a month. So basically, I was on YouTube here and I wasn't really making any money from YouTube. $12 a week is like nothing, right? So fortunately, at the time, I set up a Patreon like around 2017 and people started pitching in, and that's what kept me going. Because I do have to be able to justify spending so much time doing it because I have to provide for my family. So my pay that I get from my like job, caregiving, is just enough to cover my rent plus about $400, which covers like car, not insurance, but like, what is it that you pay monthly? Whatever, like some car insurance. Yeah, monthly car insurance and internet, cell phone. Like it's really, really basic. My pay doesn't even cover my food. So then uh, YouTube, like, well, that was really helpful. And so then when YouTube was going down, people started to help out on Patreon. So then I continue to do it. Otherwise, I would just take more, I guess, home care, or I don't know. It would have been really hard though, because Gunner it was really rough at the time and I couldn't just easily like take more hours. So it was lucky for me that I was able to do YouTube and supplement my income that way. And so then that sort of switched to Patreon, and I really appreciate you guys supporting me on there. I appreciate you so much. Plus, I love the community that we have. And then also on YouTube, I started putting affiliate links. And there were times where that was working, and there's times where like it really isn't. In case you don't notice, I don't really post links very much anymore because they make me put up a thing that says includes paid promotion. But the fact is, I've actually never once been paid to say anything. I've never received money for saying something. I just have affiliate links that I can promote. And if somebody buys through the affiliate link, I get a commission. So I felt kind of weird about putting includes paid promotion because it makes it sound like I got paid to say this when it wasn't true. They were products that I really like that I choose to endorse, and I choose to have affiliate links. But then it's like the way my channel is now, there's not a lot of people watching, and I feel like you guys have all seen the affiliate links, and I don't want to keep just telling you about the same products. And I don't know, like I feel kind of weird like advertising things, even though I really love those products. Like probably my favorite of all time was the pouch that you guys know about. But anyway, with this, like there were times where that was helpful as well. So there's YouTube, which had its ups and downs. It's a little bit better now, but it's still not much. There's the Patreon as well, and there's the affiliate link. So that's YouTube. Let's see what else. So the other thing that I do, well, I've had a few other things that I've done. Maybe I'll just mention this one. I have occasionally been paid to edit video because everybody knows that I do YouTube, that I do editing. So there were certain times where people came to me and asked me, can you help me set up my YouTube channel? Can you help me make the YouTube account and get my name and get the channel set up and get a banner? And what do I do? Like people have no idea what to do sometimes. So they ask me, can you help me set it up? And do you have any tips for me? So I would give them tips on like how to run a YouTube channel. Oh, Kanga, I'll put the link below if you're interested in the pouches. Again, I did not get paid to say this, but they are really good. Yeah, I'll put the link below. So people would ask me to film and to edit the footage and basically just get their YouTube channel going. And personally, I actually really love doing that. I get so excited about helping other people. Because like when you're new to something, it's like it's fun and it's new. And so I'm excited for them. And even though like you guys at this point, I don't do all the things that I know you're supposed to do. I mean, I know there's a lot of things. Like if I was telling somebody else what to do with their channel, um, I know all the tricks. Well, tricks. I mean, I know all the techniques and how to get it going properly and what you should and shouldn't do. But however, I don't do all that stuff. Probably just because I'm like a pathological free spirit and I just can't. I just can't. But I know what I'm supposed to do, but I just don't do it. Like, for example, my channel is a total mixed bag. Like, one day I'll talk politics. Hi, Ohio Patriot. What are the pouches? Oh, this is so cool. It's ClO2 pellets that are activated by the moisture in the air. So they release a small amount of ClO2 gas, which is great for killing, well, no, I shouldn't say killing, eliminating viruses, bacteria, fungus, and mold. So basically it just neutralizes things. So what that does is it gets rid of smell. I didn't want to turn this into like a promotion, but since you asked. So it gets rid of smell, but like you wouldn't believe. I mean, I have pet smells because of my rabbits. I could put one in the room and it will totally eliminate the smell. One of my favorite things to do with it is put it in the car and gets rid of smell. Doesn't matter what happened in your car. I mean, really, things happen in the car. What happens in the car stays in the car, but then people can smell. You spilled drinks or whatever it was. So this is amazing. Like overnight, all smell's gone. And another thing, well, I'm going to get to marketplace because that's the other thing I do. But this is great for like if you're going to be sending out products or you're selling clothes or something and you want them to be sort of cleaned before like really like, I don't want to say sterilized, but like purified and no smell. You put the clothes in a bag with one of these and it just like totally cleans everything. Like I was selling stuffed animals and I could put them in a, because things sit around and they get a bit of a, I don't know, apartment smell. Put a pouch in a bag, put your stuff in the bag, send those stuffies out. They're going to smell like perfectly new, clean. So that's awesome. And another thing is like for really bad smells, like the old gym shoes, or I keep telling you guys about the dog peed on sheepskin once. There's no way to clean a sheepskin with dog pee on it, right? How do you do that? You have to throw it out. Well, apparently not. I put it in a bag with one of these and it just completely eliminated the smell. I mean, this is like one of the coolest things I've ever found. So that's why, like, I have affiliate links because I love this stuff. So it's actually, it's purifierpouch.com/Sonia. Maybe I could put that link. You know what? I'm going to put it in the chat in case you guys are interested because I'm still, the smell, I won't get rid of the smell of global politics, the smell of corruption. Hold on, I'm just going to share the link. Okay, there we go. I think I did it right. Okay, if you're interested in the pouches, they're still there. These things are dynamite. And also the company that sells these, they also do make water purification tabs. And they're really big though. One of them purifies 10 gallons of water, like a lot of water. So I guess there's some instructions there on how to use them, but it'd be like if you want to purify a large amount of water. Yes, I was on the radio once, Bee Eater, but I never got paid to be on the radio. I did it for 3 years, but I just did it pro bono. I never got paid anything for that. Surprise. So, okay. So where was I? The video editing and people's channel setup. I love doing that. I've just done it a few times. Sometimes people ask me to edit video footage. There's nothing to do with YouTube. It's just like they need to edit something for some reason. I've seen some weird footage. I'm not talking about anything dirty, but like people have weird security cam footage and stuff they need to edit. But it's like, whatever, it's not my business. I'll just do it for you. But let's just say, okay, I'll do some video editing. But honestly, like helping people do their channels is so much more fun. Like my friend Jana, she started this channel because she's a piano player. Like she's a pianist and a piano teacher. And she's a serious person, right? Serious piano teacher, serious classical pianist. But she has a funny side too. She wanted to express herself. Oh, thank you so much, Ohio Patriot. Thank you for the super chat. I put in my ice cream fund. Yeah. So Jana wanted help getting her channel set up and filming and editing. And so she recruited me to do it. And we had lots of fun. And her channel is called Soviet Piano Television. And it's really funny. It's about this communist piano teacher, Svetlana Primovichka, who is just a total nut. And she's a communist. Then she goes on vacation to Cuba. Anyhow, so that was something. Another thing, speaking of piano, was I have played, oh, thank you, Bet Callie. I have played piano professionally. I have accompanied musicians in a nightclub. I've done that. As you see, the expression on my face is like, yeah. Well, I did it a couple times. I have played for the old folks home, and I have busked. And the busking I did many, many years ago, and it was good back then when people used to carry cash around. And this wasn't like, I'm sitting there like a drunk with a guitar, like spare some change. I'm playing like classical music. Like you can see I'm classically trained. I'm playing Mozart. I'm playing Chopin waltzes and polonaise, and like, you can see that I know what I'm doing. Um, and I had to have a permit from the city and like pass an audition and all that. So I don't know about where you live, but over here it's a legit profession that you can do. And if you work in the old port, you can really rake it in. But I just worked downtown, and it was good at the time, before I had my son. I tried to do it one more time after that, paid for my permit and all that, but I found that things had really changed. Like people don't really carry money on them now, and so I didn't really make any, and I figured it wasn't worth it. Playing piano in a senior's residence, if you have some skills, like if you play guitar or piano or you can sing, they do hire people, and it pays like 75, 80 bucks an hour. It could be more if you have more credentials, and it's a lot of fun. I didn't pursue it more because actually it's a lot of practice too. So for if I'm just doing 1 hour and I have to practice so many hours a day, it's kind of, it doesn't really work out to be worth it, right? But if you have many gigs and you're doing this all the time, you can make money doing that. Apparently even furniture stores, lots of places hire musicians. So busking is good. I mean, depending on where you are and what kind of busking you do. Retirement homes is good too. Teaching, no. Hi Kevin. I have done it before. I have taught some piano. Didn't like it for a number of reasons. Like I don't like dealing with people in the sense of making appointments. People are unreliable. Sometimes they show up, sometimes they don't. They show up and they don't have any money. It turns out that actually they want you to be more like a babysitter. Jana, the piano teacher, doesn't have this problem because she was working through McGill. Oh, thanks, Pam. You've heard me play? I guess so. I've played it a couple times on here. Where's the super chat? Oh, thanks. Well, it should be like if you go down. Well, I don't know if you're on a mobile. I'm not really sure how that works. But on a laptop, there's like 3 icons on the bottom there. I don't know. Maybe somebody can help them out because I don't even know how that works. I mean, you can always tip later if you want to. I have also have a Patreon. You can join my Patreon, and I have a PayPal. It's on the link. I mean, it's in the description of my previous video. I didn't put it in this one. But anyway, thank you for offering. So teaching I found is a real big pain in the butt. And I remember this one time I got hired to teach a little girl who was here on vacation with her parents, and I had to go to the hotel. It felt really weird. I had to go to the hotel, meet her dad, and then go down to like the lobby or wherever they had the piano and give this little 6-year-old a piano lesson. And I distinctly felt like I was being hired to be a babysitter, like to entertain her, which there's nothing really wrong in and of itself with that. But it's just, I don't know, it just felt weird. I had people who came to my house who didn't have the money when they got there. I had a lot of people ask me for lessons when I was busking. And I said no. A lot of them were men. I just didn't feel good about it. Anyway, I like to do my own thing and not really like involving too many people. Um, I do like I do like teaching. Like I have a degree in teaching in art education. So I do like doing art, but I end up doing it for free sometimes doing Sunday school at church. But I don't know. I just maybe that's just me and that's just my hang up or whatever. But I think that like if I had to do it and do it professionally and like be on somebody else's schedule, I don't know, I think I'd feel like some kind of pressure. I mean, you guys know I'm on the autism spectrum, so maybe this is a weird personality trait that I have from being on the spectrum, but I don't know. I prefer to just do my own thing. So teaching is not something that I do. I'd rather like just busk or whatever. Okay, so here's the other thing that I do. Oh, wait, there was one more, which was craft sales, which you guys might remember. I was making these bath bombs and I was doing this craft sale, and it was actually super fun. And if you're really organized, okay, if there's something that you make, whatever it is, and you're well organized and you find all these craft sales and you can organize yourself to, um, oh, thanks, love. If you're organized and you can find all the craft sales, it could be bake sales too, and you can set yourself up to go to them and bring your stuff and sell it. You can make money. Like in the 2 days that I was there, I made like $500. Seriously. And I did it a second year. I mean, for just this one craft sale, I sold a ton of stuff. Well, it was me selling bath products and Gunnar was selling jam. It was kind of like a homeschooling project for him too, for like business, you know? And we made a bunch of money that weekend. I know, isn't that crazy? It was orange marmalade and then me with the bath bombs. And I loved it so much. I'm very industrious. Like when I get on something, I'm just like a workhorse. Like I need to have a project, I need to have a goal. And I just, if I love what I'm doing, I just get so absorbed, involved in the process. I just crank stuff out and I just work super hard. So yeah, we did it one year, we did it another year. We basically just did that one. And I don't know, it was a good experience. And I could see how if you're good at something, like if you are good at thrifting, what did we sell? I made bath bombs and Gunnar made jam. He made orange marmalade, lime marmalade, and lemon marmalade. So if you're good at something like that, people love the little marmalade pots and you can get yourself organized, like I said, to sign up for a lot of craft sales, you can make money. It was crazy how much the stuff was just selling. And yes, I reported all my income, I did my taxes. So I've tried that, but it's still like a lot of work to like, where did I sell? It was at just church bazaar, you know. It's still a lot of work to, you know, find the places and set it up and bring your stuff there. It's cool, but again, like with all the other stuff that I'm doing, it's not like I could be a full-time selling at craft sales, you know? So what I needed personally was I already have my work as a caregiver, plus what I do with my mom, and I'm a mother to a child with special needs. So I needed to find something that I could just do on my time without having to go anywhere, without having any big production, basically just from home. And that's where Marketplace comes in. So that's the other thing I'm like super excited about. So I've been doing that for like a couple of years. Um, and you know what? Honestly, one of the things that I really like the most about doing Marketplace is meeting all these nice people. Because you know, sometimes you feel like, oh, humanity has gone down the drain, people suck. But actually, like, there's so many really nice people out there. Pom Pom Lisa says, I have a friend that's making sourdough loaves and the demand is unreal. That's awesome. Where does she sell it? We could sell our jam on Marketplace too. We just haven't done that, but that it is possible. That's Facebook Marketplace. So you're selling locally to other people. Yeah, Facebook Marketplace. And I also buy from Marketplace. Like if I need something, I'll go and check first that someone else is reselling. Reduce, reuse, recycle, buy local, you know. You do it all on Marketplace. Yeah, I made bath bombs. Um, so I'm going to tell you a little bit more about my Marketplace, but just give me 1 second. So to sell on Marketplace, There's a lot of different ways that people do it there. There's some people that buy in bulk from Alibaba. I think it's called Alibaba. It's like a website where you can buy like large quantities of whatever you want. You can buy halo lights that people use for vlogging from China through Alibaba or AliExpress or whatever. And you can buy gorgeous buttons. I mean, you can buy just about anything you could think of. And if you have somewhere to store this stuff, so the thing with that is you have to actually have the merchandise with you. So if you don't have a big place, you might want to have small items. But, oh, okay, your friend is selling it at farmers markets and online through Instagram. That's really cool. Oh, also, like, yeah, if you want to teach language or something, you can also put that on Marketplace. Services, it's okay, I think. Yeah. You just cannot sell anything that's electronic. Like you can't sell electronic copies of videos or PDF files or ebooks, because some people run scams through that. So they'll say free ebook, and then, well, it's not exactly a scam, but it's a marketing ploy. So then the person will click on the ad, message the seller about how do I get the free ebook, and they'll be like, here's the link, and here's the training that goes with it. And that, by the way, that costs like $2,000 or whatever. So Facebook doesn't like that. It's really just for buy local, but it could be anything. So there are people that buy stuff in bulk from, wherever, and then they just sell it on Marketplace. And when I bought my first Halo mirror, I bought it off someone on Marketplace. And when I went to get it from her, she was telling me, oh, I have hundreds of them. So that's what she's doing. So there's people doing that. So I haven't done that. I figure I should just sell the stuff that I have. So to sell on Marketplace, you don't have to buy anything. You probably have stuff around your house that you can sell. So that's what I've been doing. Basically, as your kids outgrow their toys, you can resell the toys. So it's not a profit, but you're getting your money back. Because what else are you going to do with the stuff? Put it in the garbage or give it to charity. If it's not in good shape or if it's not something you can really resell, give it to charity. But there are some things where, you might have a toy that, well, you can get $20 for it, and then you get something else for your kid with that money. So, sorry, my son is making like a racket in the back. But I'm just looking at your comments. So I'll tell you a little bit about what I do sell on there. So toys, ones that we have. And I've bought a lot of things. Yeah, and you do it whenever you have time. And you just put the stuff up there, and like it might not sell right away. Sometimes you have to like take it down after a while and then put it back up again. But things do sell. So toys and clothes mostly is what I've been selling, and some housewares. I'll show you. And books. I have people come over. In the beginning, I would like go downstairs and meet them outside, but after a while, I was like, whatever. They're all nice people. You know what? Because I'm very intuitive so far anyway. And I just have like a really good radar for when something is sketchy. So I talk to people on Marketplace in the chat, and I'll kind of feel out like what's going on. And I don't go meet them, because when you go somewhere else, it's like now you're on their territory, and then they're probably going to try to bargain you down when you get there. Like, for example, I sold some jewelry that I had, and only one time I went to meet someone where they are. And of course, they tried to bargain me down, but because they figure, well, if you drove out there, now they're going to offer you $30 less. And they're going to pretend they thought that was the price. And you're going to be like, oh, well, I drove out here. I'm going to, okay, fine, whatever. But I was like, I don't care if I sell it. I'm just going to turn around and leave. It's fine. So he was like, okay, I'll take it for the price you want it. Because it's not cool. You set a price, and then you meet the person, and they're out somewhere, and then like they, the buyer tries to bargain you down once you get there. That was clearly a ploy, and he was quite far away. I didn't appreciate it. I'm just looking at your comments. So somebody said here, go to Craigslist in your state, pick up free stuff and resell it. Yeah, I guess if it's free, yeah. Well, I have a small place. So I don't want to get too much stuff in here. So I'm just selling things that I have, but I have plenty. So what I do, like when I'm talking to someone, you can tell. I mean, if you're selling a dress and it's a female who, asks you about it and she's like, she's talking in a normal and natural way about it, and you can just tell like she's serious, she just wants the dress. Sometimes you get people that something is a bit weird, or they're very demanding, they want you to bring it to them, which to me it's a red flag. Or they're really like trying to bargain you down a lot, or they're giving you like weird stories, or they're changing the story. And then what I'll do is I'll go and I'll check their profile and I'll just look at what kind of person is this. And sometimes it's just a regular, like, let's say they're, I don't know, they're buying a toy and they're acting kind of weird about it. I'll go check and it's like, oh, well, he's got kids. And, I'll just click on people's profiles and see, does it look like a normal account? Do they look like normal people? And if they do, then I'll trust them more. And if not, maybe I'll just meet them downstairs if I feel weird about it. But I mean, you're meeting strangers. So am I safer to have someone come up here when I have my giant son in the apartment? Or am I safer to go down on the street where, I mean, I don't know who's going to kidnap me. They're probably not going to want me for very long. They'd be like, oh, it wasn't worth the trouble. But, I don't know. Like, there are weird people out there. Somebody wants to come and rob me. Well, they're not going to find much. They're just going to find a bunch of marketplace crap here, I guess they can have it. But anyway, so I'll show you some of the things that I sell. So, for example, here's another way that I kind of made some money. I sorted out 3,000 comic books for somebody. It was like a job that I was given. They were selling comic books and they needed 3,000 comic books sorted out in alphabetical order. So me being the Aspie that I am, I was like, I'm on it. And I sorted all these comics and I got paid in comics, which worked for me because I guess we were reading a lot of comics. Well, my son was at the time. He was crazy about comics, and I was using comics as rewards for him for stuff, as gifts for him, So I thought, well, I'm spending a fortune at the comic store. I'll do this job and I'll get paid in comics. It's fine. So mostly they're just regular comics, but I have some of this kind. They're like special books. So I do put these up on Marketplace. And I go and check online first what the price is. There's this site that you can go to, I forget what it's called, where you can find out the price, the value of like literally any comic book that's ever been made. And some of them worth a lot of money, but most of them aren't. So I can go there and find out. Apparently this one sells for $30. So I can post it for 30, and there's no shipping and whatever. So, yeah, I don't know why, but I mean, it originally sold for like $10.95, but now it's 30, so I guess that would be a profit. So I put it on my taxes, but that's fine. I have sold comics by mail too, where like people pay me through PayPal and I mail it out. I just have to charge them for the shipping. But I find it's like less pressure than if I was, say, doing it on some other online platform like eBay or whatever, because I can really just talk to the person and tell them, well, this is what the shipping is, and do you still want it? And it's just more like just normal communication. Yeah, so I have like a lot of these kind of things, like graphic novels and regular comic books. They don't sell like hotcakes though. I think that the best thing to do with these would be actually to put them on eBay and just like auction them. And most of the regular ones are worth like about $5. A few of them are worth more. It might be worth it. It just seemed to me like it's a lot of hassle to ship USPS. I've only ever shipped in Canada as it happens. But I mean, yeah, I could. I've shipped teddy bears, like all kinds of cool stuff that I have. So why not? Another thing, and these I have not shipped, and I know normally people would sell this kind of thing on Etsy, but I'm not. Oh, what's the name of the? You know what? Off the top of my head, I can't remember. Maybe I'll do another video about it. Because I mean, either I'd have to look it up right now. I'll probably have it saved somewhere. I'm not sure. Anyway, like, see this? I inherited this when my mother moved and moved and moved. I don't have like any use for it. I mean, really, it's like a nice liquor bottle. Apparently it's worth about $70 and it's crystal. It's got some sparkle to it. It's like 1960s crystal. So this is the kind of thing that I could sell on Marketplace. I wouldn't want to sell it online because then you have to mail it. You have one like that? I think they were very popular back in the day. Poshmark Canada. Yeah, well, I'll tell you about that, but hold on. Um, yeah, I have a lot of glasses. I have like regular crystal ones and I have fancy things like that. Some of these are things that I've bought and some of them are things that I just sort of inherited, you know. Oh, look. Oh my gosh. Let me give you an example of a toy that you can resell and you can actually make money off this. This is check it out. And you know what? The ones that belong to my son, I pretty much just give him the money after anyway. Diagon Alley. It still has the papers in it. It's one of these Harry Potter ones. I think is it the Voldemort one? Check it out. It looks like bone. So I'm not sure what I paid for it at the time, but I do have it written down somewhere. Oh wait, maybe it says it here. No. Well, anyway, these things tend to go up in value because they change over time. So I don't know. Probably get like 120, maybe you get 140 bucks for it. That paid 70. So, you know, I'm in that case you have to put it on your taxes. There's a profit and whatever, which is fine. But yeah, like this is what I mean. Yeah, it's worth something. And it's kind of, wait, let me show it to you one more time. Look how cool it is. It looks like a bone. It's so cool. Oh, I have all kinds of things. Like I only kept the good toys, like the collectibles. I got tons. I've got Ninja Turtle figurines. I've got like toys that were something that was made at one time that's discontinued. Yeah, I'll put this back here. So that's an example of some of the things. Well, let me just put the books. I'll do it later. So household items. Oh, here's another one. I really want to sell it this year. And it is so cool. And I'll be, you know what? The thing is, I'll be so happy for the person who gets it. I wish I had use for it, but let me show you. This is so cool. Wait, how does it open? Oh. I think it's called John Palmer. Look, it's like this vintage set of carving knives. How cool is that? With the Bakelite handles. Like for the holidays. This is worth about $90, and especially because I have the whole thing with the kit. That's pretty rare. You know, you see these things sometimes out there where you just see the knives, but the whole kit. You see these things on Etsy, like selling for more than that, 120, 130, something cool like that. I'll sell it for a bit less because Etsy's not taking a cut, so you can get it cheaper from me. So those are some examples. I have also like a really cool old Samsonite faux croc suitcase. And those things are valuable and there's less and less of them out there. So, you know, I could put that up too. So there's like no end to how much crap I have in my house that I can sell. But what I am selling right now, it's like clothing for the season. And for the fall, I just put up a few things. I think I put up like 8 items for fall. I sold one, which was a coat for 150 bucks. It was a suede, like a shearling coat. And that is unbelievably cheap for a shearling coat because you know what it is, eh? It's the lamb skin with the sheep fur like still attached on the inside. And this was a coat that was mine that my mother gave me, but I can't wear it because of my joint hypermobility problems. It's just too heavy. I can barely hold myself up, never mind with a heavy coat. So I sold it. And I know that like there are some shearling coats that you could sell for like 700 bucks, but this one it was older. It had been my mother's before, and I don't know, I just wanted to sell it for something that was like a decent value for me, but also a good value for the person buying it. And the girl who came and bought it, she was just this tiny little petite woman, and she put it on and it went all the way down to her ankles, and it fit her so perfectly. And I was just so happy. I was happy to meet her, and I was happy that she got to have the coat, and it was really cool. And at one point I had these suede boots from the 70s with these rubber soles, and they were just dynamite, and they were perfect. And I sold them for $50. You know, it's not like I'm asking the moon, right? But if you sell it on Poshmark or like Etsy, you're going to ask for more because Etsy's going to take 25% cut if they ran an ad for it. Plus there's, you know, whatever, processing fees and stuff like that. So I sell it for less. And so right now, right there, you can see I have a bunch of clothes like that. Those were from the summer clothes that I won't be selling anytime soon. So they're going to go in a storage locker. And right now I'm selling like fall winter clothes. They're really nice. I'm excited. I mean, you know, if they don't sell, it's fine, but I'm going to put them up, and I'm going to put some toys up because people are looking for, at Christmas is the best time to sell all the stuff, like the knives, the glasses. I've got stuff like that. I should put that stuff up because this is when people are looking for it. If you miss Christmas, well, you missed an opportunity. Around Halloween is when people want to buy weird stuff because they use it for their costumes. Believe it or not, Nerf guns. Nerf guns will sell for Halloween because people want them as props. So I sold one Nerf gun, and I had an offer for the others, but it goes really fast. No, it doesn't charge a fee because it's just a personal ad. You just talk to them and then you come and get it. The reason Facebook likes it is because it keeps people on Facebook. So they just want you to put your ads up. It's like a free personalized personal ads kind of service, but they don't charge anything because why would they? They're not doing anything. You're just posting in a forum, you know? So fall is good for obviously fall clothes and stuff like that, and all the Halloween stuff. And then the holidays is really good for lots of things. And you got to do that like starting in November. People start shopping November, December. So like I'll put ads up in November, but if they haven't sold and I've renewed them a few times, I'll take it down and I'll put it back up, you know? And it's weird too, because I remember like some things that I put up for like $200 and nobody bought it for a long time. And then I put it down, I put it 50, nobody bought it. I took the ad down, I put it back up, and it sold for 150. So sometimes it's just that your ad is like at the bottom of, I mean, your listing is at the bottom of the pile. But it's cool because I love it just as a project. It's fun. I love interacting with people. There's no pressure. If I don't make a lot of money, it doesn't matter. What did I make last month? Like $200. But there's some months where I've made like 2,000. Seriously, you know? So it just depends how hard you work on it. I mean, you can also pay to promote your thing. Now, what's really weird, I was selling this like Y2K crochet shrug, long sleeve crochet shrug bolero, and I put it up for $15, and it got like 5,000 clicks on the listing. Like that's a lot. Usually if it's like 200, 500, like that's the most, maybe 700. I never had thousands of clicks on a listing. I don't know what happened with that. I think Facebook put it at the top of the pile. It didn't sell. I don't know why. Did somebody share it somewhere where like lots of people were looking at it? But anyway, it happens. So the clothes, I make sure that they're all in really good shape. Like if there's anything that needs to be fixed on it or whatever, I just do that. I make sure it's clean. I list it, and that's it basically. And I don't ask very much. You know, I ask a bit less. Like it's like thrift store. People aren't coming to marketplace to pay full price. So like today I listed a gray, it's like sparkle. I've got all these sparkly clothes that I'm listing right now for the holidays, like with silver threads and mesh and stuff. And it's just a sweater dress with a little bit of a turtleneck, and it's like gray sparkly. And as soon as I put it up, it started getting so many hits. I was surprised because I also put up this gorgeous little jacket that's made out of like a fleecy material, and it has a pattern imprinted in it. And it's so beautiful. I want to wear it. It's just that it doesn't fit me, like a lot of things. And I put it up like feeling kind of sad about it. I thought, oh man, this thing is so good. And I put up this Holt Renfrew leather jacket that, I mean, it's a dynamite leather jacket. You'd think people would want it. But actually, they want the $20 sweater dress, you know? So sometimes it surprises me what gets tons of traffic and what doesn't. So what else was I going to tell you about that? I think that's basically it. Yeah, the clothes, toys, household items, and comics. Oh yeah, and the comics. Yeah, it's kind of, you know, like I said, probably comics would be better on eBay because I think, you know, you get more exposure because if somebody's looking for a very specific comic book on Google, the listing on eBay will come up, but the marketplace listing I don't think will come up. I'm not sure how that works. So, you know, basically that's what I've been doing. I mean, as you can see, I'm excited about the marketplace. It's fun. I wanted to actually show you a little bit about how it works if you guys want to see it. I could just sort of turn the camera around. Let me see if I can do this, okay? And I'll just show you my computer screen. Hold on. Is that gonna work? Wait. Sorry guys, you know what? I'm gonna take the camera out of this thing, hopefully not turn it off. That would suck. Ugh, it's kind of a really strong clip. Okay, I'm just gonna show you how this works. Okay, so here's my seller profile. Okay. I'm not showing you like, well, okay, whatever, I guess I am, but anyway. So the profile is up here. Okay. And so like if you have good experiences with customers and they rate you, you can get ratings. So I have a badge that says highly rated. And so people had good experiences with me. And so here's what I'm listing right now. These are like winter clothes and look how beautiful they are. This is a gorgeous snakeskin fake like faux wrap dress from Laundry by Shelley Siegel from Los Angeles. This is so nice. Oh, thank you so much. Love. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for the super chat. So this one I'm listing for 30 bucks. It's not a lot. This is the silver sweater dress that got so many clicks. Surprise. It's not even brand name or anything, but anyway, it got a lot of clicks. And then this is the leather jacket. I don't know if I'll get 200 bucks for it, but I'll ask for it. We'll see. This is the gorgeous little vest from Essentials by Milano. This is a Perfecto style blouse from Vero Moda. It's just like a regular brand. And it's only 20 bucks. And it's silver. Like this is all silver. This is silver. This is silver with Celtic pattern in the back. This is so cute. I wish I could wear it. It's a little leopard print coat. I love this coat, but it's just too tight for me. And this is like a silver wrap dress. And it's kind of vintage. And let's see what else. Jessica Simpson sweater. Look, it's only 15 bucks. Those are the Nerf guns. It's a bit late for that now. Maybe people will take them for Christmas. And that's the one that got tons of hits. It's a crochet shrug bolero. And this is like a long crocheted sweater, like super long with tassels, like fringes at the bottom. Belly dancing costume. This is the coat that I sold. And there's some silver sneakers. And then I have a lot more. I mean, I don't know if it shows it up here, but anyway, I have like tons of listings. So there's just an example. Oh, well, you know what? I wanted to show you actually. Let me see if I click on it. I want to show you like how the listing actually looks. So you can see. Okay, here, I'll show you this one. Okay, so this is the snakeskin faux wrap dress. So then you put your details in here and you want to, if there's a designer or like a name brand, you want to put that in there. You want to check always. I don't care about names and labels personally. I couldn't care less. But apparently that's what people like. So you want to check that. Check what the thing is. And you know what? I'll tell you after how you can find out if it's valuable or you should just leave it. You can, there's a way to look it up. I'm not charging too much here. I'm only charging $30. And then you say like condition, used, good brand, laundry, color, size, material, and then you give a little description. You know, I didn't go into a ton of detail. Laundry by Shelly Siegel, Los Angeles, robe motif serpent, full wrap, snake print dress, size medium, good condition, bon état, tie on the side makes it look like a wrap dress, downtown pickup cash only, content s'il vous plaît, 2 languages, and this is a super cool thing I'll tell you about after. So these are the pictures that I took, so you can see all the details, and from the back, and the label. And notice this is white. You know how I did this? I used this program. It's called Snagit. So I could put my picture in here, and then if it has a crappy background, like see it was gray before, and I can just get rid of it by literally just doing the paint bucket, because it looks a lot better when it's got a nice white background. It's much more eye-catching, and you get more clicks if it's got a white background. So basically that's what I do. I hope that helps. I hope that helps you guys. Hold on a second. I gotta put this thing back in here, and it's so tight. It's not easy. Oh, something's going wrong already. I dropped the mirror. Hold on. My setup's getting a little bit better. At least I have some light now. It's not like before where I was totally in the dark all the time. So yeah, you go on Facebook, you go onto where it says marketplace, and you literally just go into selling, and it says list a new item or whatever. You just upload your photo, you fill out the description, and you join some buy and sell groups so that you can promote it, and that's it. And then you just wait until somebody's interested in it. So all the stuff that you have in your house, you can do that. I mean, you probably make a lot faster sales if you put it on eBay or Etsy, but then you have to constantly check your email. And then you might deal with scammers. Like there's a lot of scammers on eBay, I heard. Like they'll message you, and then they'll say things like, I'll offer you more money for it, or something weird like that. But then apparently they won't give you the money. I'm not really sure what the scam is exactly, but there's scams going on there. So if people offer you more money, it's not good. And you always have to wait until the payment comes in after 4 days before you send it out, because you don't know. Whereas like when I do this on Marketplace, oh yeah, if you're ready in a buy and sell group. So what I used to do is I just listed in the group. Yes, they have buy and sell groups on Facebook. So you can also buy stuff. If you need something, you get a discount. Yeah. I bought a Christmas tree stand. I bought lots of things on Marketplace. You can list it directly to the group, but you can also list it to Marketplace, and then it'll show up like just in the search when people are just looking for something. But yeah, on eBay, I don't know, it's apparently there's scammers, and there's weird stuff that goes on there too. So you want to like wait until the payment has come in, but then you have to package the item and make multiple trips to the post office. And I'll tell you, even just when I had to mail some items out from this, it was a lot of work for me for some reason. Getting the stuff to package it in and going to the post office and then checking how much it cost. And I finally bought a scale. So if you buy a scale, you can weigh your item, and then you can go on the Canada Post website and find out how much that would cost to ship. And then you can tell the person right away, well, this is what it's going to cost. They pay you through PayPal, and then you just go and do it. But I didn't know, so I went to the post office to weigh it. I do everything the hard way. So yeah, I mean, if you got stuff lying around your house, you know, if they're nice things, put them up, make sure they're on Marketplace, and make sure that you put them in some groups. And if you really want to give them a boost, you can do like promote it, you know, and it's not expensive. It's like $3. I do ship items. If somebody, I've never shipped outside of Canada, but I've shipped to Quebec and Ontario. If somebody, yeah, a lot of people don't use Facebook. I know this is one of the reasons why I'm on Facebook though, because I do use it for this. That's what stopped you from selling mailing shipping. Yeah, it's so much work. And when you're shipping like plates and like fragile things, I don't know, because you got to buy all these shipping materials too. So you factor all that in. That's why it's more expensive when you buy it online, because people have to buy all that packaging and do all that stuff. So when you're on marketplace, you don't have to buy all those things if you're selling it locally. So then it cuts down. I like that, and you're just selling directly. Yeah, I know PayPal, that whole thing, but I think probably you'd have to be doing something pretty serious now. I mean, at least they got rid of the misinformation thing, because God knows that could be anything. Yeah, I don't like it when they get like that. I find it weird. Like, how did they give themselves the authority um, to fine you? But I mean, if you don't want to use PayPal, you can use Venmo or Cash App, or you can just use e-transfers just directly. Um, there was one more thing. My son is playing the guitar in the back. It's like kind of distracting. I do like meeting the people, and you know what? I've had people come over, message me and be like, "Can I come and try it on?" And I say, "Absolutely." They come over, they try it on. If it doesn't fit, they leave. It's fine. I don't mind. There's no pressure, and it has happened. Hi, Leslie. Hi, Lisa. Yeah, it has happened that people have come over and it didn't work, but it has happened also. There are some people, like if you have unique items, like at one point I was trying to sell like it was like a big bassinet, kind of like a vintage bassinet. There are people that will come to your place just to see the stuff. They have no intention of buying it, and they do this all the time. And they'll come over and they're just wasting your time. Um, there are scams on Marketplace too, where people say they're going to come. What is it? Anytime somebody wants you to send money, like what's more like when they want you to buy something from them, and they'll say like, I don't know, send me the money or whatever, and then they won't send you the thing, and good luck to you. But also there's this thing where they say, I'm going to buy this from you, and they say, I'm going to have a courier pick it up. But there's a scam involved that when the courier comes, they're charging you for the courier service somehow. It's really weird. I don't know how it works, but you have to be really like on the lookout for that. That's why I don't trust any of this online stuff. That's why I just deal with cash. Oh God, you bought a real tree and they sent you leaves in the mail? Wow, that's awful. I guess you could report them if they did that. But yeah, like they're this sort of thing where, I mean, this was a long time ago. Somebody did message me with that, and they're like, "We'll send somebody's going to come to pick it up, but it's a courier." But then they somehow charge you for the courier, and they charge you like hundreds of dollars. I don't know how it works, but anyway, like I just talk to the person directly, and I'll be like, "Yeah, just come over, bring the cash." And basically, if they give me any hassles, like if they give me like weird stories, or I don't know, if anything just feels dodgy, it usually just will fall through, because I'll just really stick to whatever it is that I want to do. I won't let them play with me. And if they're trying to mark me and I'm just not going for it, because I'm just not, you can't manipulate me, then they'll just give up. So nothing has ever happened to me. The only thing is sometimes people like an item and they don't want to come right away and pick it up. They want to just sort of reserve it. They call them joy reservers. So they want you to put it on hold, mark as pending. If you do that, no one else can buy it. So they want to mark all the stuff as pending while they make their decision. And then they don't show up. So I never mark anything as pending unless for some reason, like I'm really sure the person is going to show up. So, and another thing is, if you're selling jewelry, there's a lot of people that they're looking to buy gold. Now this is really sad. No, I would never be an Airbnb host. What a pain in the butt. Anyway, where are they going to stay? Like in my kitchen? I have no space. They sleep in the closet. Sleep in the stairwell. Great way to make some money. There are people who are looking for gold. That's all they want to do. They want to buy your gold. They want to melt it down. so that they can, I guess resell it later. And they're trying to get it at a low price. But the saddest thing is they're going to melt it. So when I'm selling some vintage jewelry or something that has gold in it, I don't want to sell it to them at the value of the gold, because I I mean, does it really matter what they do with it after? It matters to me because these are really nice things. So let's say I have something and the gold in it is worth $200. If I sell it for 200, they're going to freaking melt it. And that's so sad, because some of these things are like old art deco from like the 1920s or 30s. I sold a little bracelet. That was the guy who made me come and meet him. It was a little bracelet. And he said to me, oh, what a liar. I knew it was a weird cockamamie story. He's like, oh, it's for my daughter. I promised it to her for Christmas. And he made it sound like he was an old man, and he's like a week old man, and he just wants to buy these things for his daughter and his niece, and wants me to come and deliver it to him. And so I was like, yeah, I have a gold bracelet. So he wants that one. Then he's like, do you have any more gold? So I was like, well, I might have something else. I had a whole bunch of things, but I was like, this is kind of weird. So I was like, yeah, I might have something else. So I was like, yeah, I have this other necklace. And it was just like a very thin gold chain with little pearls in it. I'm kind of sad that I sold it, because I could have given it to my niece. But anyway, so he goes, when you come, bring your gold. He's like, bring all your gold. I'll buy it all. So red flag, I'm certainly not going to bring all my stuff anywhere. So first of all, I'm going to meet him, and he wants me to bring all this stuff. Like, why? So you can hold me up? I don't think so. So that was weird. So I brought the enforcer. I brought my son with me, first of all. I did not bring all my gold. I brought only 2 things. I was like, no, I don't have anything else. But I did have a couple more things. I didn't bring them though, because I had a bad vibe about it. And I think what he was he wasn't going to like hold me up or anything, but he was somebody who's he wanted me to get there with all the stuff, be on his turf, have made this whole trip, and now he's going to try to bring the price down so it's a little bit lower than the price of just gold itself without the jewelry and all that value. And he's going to try to barter me down, and he's counting on that. I drove all the way out there and I got all my stuff, and now I want to just sell it. And okay, fine, you can have it for less. I knew it, So I was like, I told him no, I didn't have any more. I only brought 2 things, and I wouldn't go down the price. Because I felt like he was just trying to, what? I'm not desperate. I don't care if I sell it or not. I mean, everybody likes to have extra money, but I didn't feel good about it. I didn't want to encourage this, and I feel bad about when jewelry gets melted, unless it's really crap jewelry. So I didn't want him to melt the stuff, but he probably melted those 2, but it was a lesson learned for me. So I had this other ring, and somebody kept bugging me to go down on the price. A couple people, and they're giving me all kinds of stories, but I really think they're going to melt it. And it's a really old men's tiger eye pinky ring. That was, I guess, was it my dad's? I don't know where I got it from, but I've had it for a very long time. And I mean, I've had it all this time. I'm 51 years old, and I probably had it for 30 years. So what do I care if I have it for an extra day or not, So anyway, those are some of my tips. Sell directly to a craft jeweler. I have done that. Like, my mom had given me some of her necklaces that had coral, and I can't wear heavy things because of my thyroid. So I did sell them on Marketplace for not very much, and I sold them to jewelers. And one of them, he bought a necklace that had little pieces of coral. Well, they weren't that small, and it was a really good price that I gave him. He was a really nice guy. And well, the gold, no, they're melting it. They're just straight up melting it. But the coral, people were interested. I sold some to a lady. I'm sure she was from Westmount, rich lady. I did not charge her very much. And I sold her the necklace and the bracelet, and she was so happy. Like, she put it on, and it was just like, she was just thrilled, and it looked so good on her. And I was like, take it. I didn't care, I didn't have to like make more on it. It was, part of it is making the money, and part of it is also just spreading the joy of the stuff, So this one guy came over, and he was a jeweler, but like a craft jeweler, and he bought the coral. Yeah, she was so grateful. He bought the coral necklace and the bracelet, and he took it apart. And then he realized that he needed another piece of coral, and I had two pairs of earrings. They were so beautiful. I didn't want anyone to take them apart and like what melt down the silver or something. But he was making jewelry out of it. He bought the earrings after he came back, and he bought it, and he showed me what he had done. He actually brought his work to show me, and it was like, wow, it was so beautiful. He took my old necklace and like totally reworked it. He was very talented. So again, like these are all like wonderful experiences with other people, and it's encouraging. So yeah, I guess I should leave it at that. I'm gonna have to go put the baby to bed, unless you had any other questions. I've met a lot of really cool people like that. It's amazing to see like my old clothes on a beautiful young person, and it's just my old clothes look so good on them. You know, it doesn't look like that on me, but it looks great on them. And they're so happy to find something good at a good price. So it's very encouraging, I find. And there was this one time I sold a game, and it was something called Ludo, and it was a guy from Africa. I forget which country. It was like Senegal or something. And he said in his country, this game is very popular, and he used to play it with his family growing up. They used to play this in the evenings, and he really missed playing Ludo, and he'd been looking for it, and nobody has it. And he was so happy that I had it. I sold him this game for $20, and it just made his day. And he was such a nice guy, and I was so happy for him that he gets his Ludo. You know what I mean? So that's part of it too. Anyway, that's what I like about it. It's not only money, but it is a way that I can supplement my income. I sent something to Texas. Oh yeah, I sent the calendar. I should make an Anita calendar. I've been meaning to do that. Collecting records, that's cool. They sell too, if you ever don't need them anymore. You can sell them. I've got a bunch of records, but a lot of them are classical. You paid me with interest. Well, thank you. I hope you enjoyed the calendar. It was fun making it. Yeah, I should do it, but I had such a nightmare with what was it? What did I call it? Cordia copies or whatever. I didn't want to give them a bad name, but it was really disorganized that time, and it was just such a headache. I had so much trouble. They printed it wrong several times. I had so many appointments with them, and then I'd show up and they hadn't even done it. So I was thinking if I do it again, I'll have to like use an online platform to make Anita's calendar, because I better get on it too, because we're almost December, because I don't want to deal with the local people anymore. It's just too much trouble. And it was not cheap either, you know. So anyway, I guess that's it. I hope that this, oh, Aunt Flo, maybe I could use like one of those sites where it's print on demand. Okay, I'll have to get on it. I want you guys to be happy. Yeah, 2020, time goes so fast. A monthly screensaver. You guys are full of ideas. That's hilarious. Anita screensaver. Oh my God. I'm so fat now, though. I can't do like bikini pictures with Anita. I mean, I can, but you're gonna see all my fat. I just put it up in that little short that I did. So whatever. It's like, who cares, right? It's all good for a laugh. I make a calendar with my fat. It's fine. Well, anyway, I hope that this was informative to you. I mean, we could talk more about this some other time, but basically that's it. That's how I managed to make ends meet without doing a 9 to 5. Like I just do caregiving. In case you didn't hear at the beginning, I do caregiving, and well, I do what I do on YouTube, which is, it's not like a way to get rich, but everything helps, you know. If you do a bit of YouTube and then you sell some stuff on Marketplace, I mean, it's not like, you know, there's some people and they're like professional resellers and they make $15,000 a month. It's not like that. But, you know, to do that, you have to put all the time into it. Most of my time goes into caregiving. So this is just like a side hustle. But, you know, it's fun. As you see, I definitely enjoy it. So that's what I'm doing. So I guess I'll leave it at that. I appreciate you guys coming in and hanging out. I hope you liked that. I hope it was good info for you. I'm just looking at your comments. Great info just in time for Christmas. Guys, put your stuff up. Put it up now. It's the time. I mean, you could do some like church sales too, but yeah, put it up put it up on Marketplace. Go look at prank call videos using your characters. You know, I'd love to, but I think that isn't it illegal? I don't know. Yeah, put your stuff up. We'll talk about it soon. Maybe I'll talk to you about it next week. I'll tell you how it's going on my end. And yeah, this is just side hustle Marketplace. You know, this isn't like pro, but it's so fun. I mean, look, if you make 200 bucks a month, that's still 200 bucks a month. You know, that's 50 bucks a week, right? It's something. And it's like in your just little bit of spare time. And you can totally make 200 bucks a month doing it, at least. All right, so I guess that's it. I'm going to go. I want to say thanks again for everybody joining me. Oh, you sell on Poshmark? Yeah? Oh, well, I don't know if you're on my Patreon. I'd love to talk to you about it. I just feel like maybe it would be a hassle. I don't know. I kind of like doing Marketplace. I want to know, like, can you put something on Poshmark and then also put it on Marketplace, and it sells on Poshmark, you just take it off Marketplace? That's what I got to find out. It is? It's super easy? Do you have Facebook, Java Lily? If you have Facebook, you can message me there on my The Truther Girls Facebook. Oh, we could talk about it. Okay, well, anyway, it's been lots of fun talking to you. I hope that you enjoyed this. And okay, well, I'll talk to you guys soon. Love you too. Thanks for being here, Pam and everybody. I hope you're feeling better, Pam. I mentioned last time Pam had an unfortunate thing happen in her family. Her father passed away. So please keep Pam in your prayers. Do I have anything from Samsung? No, I don't think so. But I should go now because I got to put baby to bed. He's got a field trip tomorrow. So thanks so much for joining me, you guys. And I'll see you soon.